So the big question is this: how do small businesses like yours, who feel like you're doing all the right things and going to all the right events, reach the federal buyer in a way that helps you win more contracts? That is the question, and this is the place to get your answers. My name is Neil McDonnell. Welcome to the GovCon Chamber of Commerce. Okay, let's get started. In this series, I'm sharing the top 10 steps every small business government contractor should take if you want to be successful in the federal market. I included 2 bonus steps at the end of this series just to round it up to an even dozen. In a minute, I'm going to walk you through registering with primary agencies or registering with agencies at all to make sure you have visibility. If you've watched any of my courses and video content, etc., on DSBS, the Dynamic Small Business Search Tool, or your small business profile, you know that I say that that's the most important thing you can do in federal government contracting. Not just the most important marketing thing you can do, but hands down the most important thing you can do because of all the things it'll help you do to strengthen up the maturity of your business. So go ahead and watch those videos so you can learn more about that. But in this particular video, I want to talk to you about registering with federal agencies in their portals. And you can also think about it as registering with the large primes as well. And the reason you do that is so you can get visibility when they're buyers internally, whether it's contracting officers or capture managers in a large firm. When they're looking for small businesses like yours, you want to be found. And sometimes they have their own portals and they begin their search in their own portals. When you do your DSBS, your Dynamic Small Business Search or small business profile properly, it takes you 15 minutes max to register in any of these other tools because you don't have to think. You just go ahead and register. So let me show you a couple of them really quickly, and then I would encourage you to just get out there and do it. This is the GovCon Chamber's website. You should be familiar with it now. But inside of here, we have regional resources. And if you click on it, one of the things we have right at the top here on the right-hand side is agency directories. And this is a growing list, right? We're back into 2021. I want to grow this list to find all the agencies that have their own internal lists. So if you see any out there that I haven't put on here, let me know, and somebody in the chamber will get it up on our website. So, okay, agency directories, if we click on these, right now we've got 5 of them from the federal side. And then on the larges, we've got, I don't know, 10 or so, maybe 20 that are in there. And these explain what they are. I'm not going to walk you through each one, but you can come to the website, govconchamber.com, and find the, under regional resources, find the federal agency directories or the small business directories. And when you do, you'll see some of the information, plus you'll have a link. Let me show you an example of a couple. So the first one maybe is NASA. This one is, so here it says register in NASA, and you can read about this, but I'm just going to right click on that and open it. And then I'm going to click on SEC. Let's just do these 2 as an example. Okay, so when you come over here to NASA, I forgot, I sent you to their briefing, but you can actually just go here to this link. It's vendor database. Either way, you'll find the link in there. But when you come in, the thing that I want to show you, and let me try to zoom in here on their website, they have this new database, and so you want to make sure you're registered in there. And down here, they've got 3 buttons, but the one that matters to you is vendors register for the NASA vendor database, kind of a link. So you want to click on that. Let me go ahead and open that in a new page. And when you do, you'll get this form. I'm not going to go through the whole form with you, but basically you'll get this form of data, and it's asking you, ironically, it's asking you the very data that's in SAM and DSBS. And so, they're all federal agencies. They should be pulling from that one system, but they're not. So you can come in here. But this is the part I wanted to point out, right? It says capability brief. And I love how it says 500 word count. What if my words are 10 characters each? So that's always an interesting thing. But if you did your profile correctly, you just grab your capability narrative from DSBS and you put it here in the capability brief, and you're good to go. And then the rest of the stuff is basic information. Now you're in their system. The part that's really important for me to just point out is how few companies actually register on here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on this bottom purple link that's opening up the database. And I want to just show you how important it is to get in there, because sometimes you'd be amazed on how you can get above your competitors. And one thing is just being visible. So there's 300,000 small businesses registered in SAM at any given point to sell to the federal government. At any given point, there's roughly 5,000 8A firms, 5,000 HubZone firms. And those are good examples for me to show you. So I'm going to put here on row 2 a filter. And if you haven't done that before, you just come over on the tab and hit filter. Anyways, this gives me the ability to select something. So this business category, I'm going to click on, and maybe I'll zoom in a little bit for you. So this business category, it's all the small business, et cetera. The part you want to pay attention to is this. I'm going to do a text filter and say contains HubZone, right? Just that. If you look at the bottom left-hand side, and it's incredibly small print, so maybe it's hard to see, but it tells me two massively disappointing pieces of information. One is in NASA, only 189 businesses out of 5,000 HubZone firms are registered in their database. And that means a small fraction of a percentage of the HubZone firms are visible to the federal buyers when they need to get going. The part that's bad for you if you're a HubZone firm is that, and you're not registered here, is that NASA has 189 firms. That's more than enough probably for them to find qualified HubZones that they're looking. So why would they look outside of their own database? But if you were 190, if you were the 190th company in there and they go looking for what you're looking for or what you're selling, then maybe you're invited to the bidding process, to the dance. Maybe you're invited to submit a proposal, et cetera. So that's one disappointing thing. 189 small businesses out of about 5,000, just really small fraction of the HubZone firms are in the NASA registry. Even worse to me, there's 1,462, that bottom left-hand number. This entire registry only contains 1,462. So 1,500 out of the 300,000 small businesses are registered in here. You can see, and this is something I really want to get across to you, I don't think I'm going to be able to reach all 300,000 businesses and get them to register in here. I don't think NASA wants all 300,000 businesses in there. But if you get yourself into databases like this one from NASA and others, then you will have the chance to be visible where your competitors would not. So get in here and get registered, right? Let me go ahead and minimize this and bring you back to, so that was NASA. I'm going to go ahead and close that. I hope you go register in there. And then this one here, it's SEC, Securities and Exchange. And down at the bottom somewhere here, it tells me, it took me a minute to look at it. So diverse vendor database was right in the middle for me. And then down here, I'm not going to read all this to you because it's just telling you what they're looking for, et cetera. But create a vendor database, you click on it, and this is the form. It's really basic. You fill this out, you're in the list, you start having preferential treatment, perhaps in notifications. Perhaps they knock on your door when they're doing market research. You saw how easy it was to fill out NASA, and this is even easier to fill out. Let me show you one last one. So I don't have it in here, and I have to, my team, I have to talk to them about getting it in here. But if I come over here to the homework series and click on Navy, I know that in the Navy, for example, they've got their own for NAVFAC, I think it is, one of these agencies right here, Navy Directory, HubZone Businesses. And so if I go in there to the Navy Office of Small Business Programs, and this is for NAVFAC, right? Naval Facilities Engineering Systems Command. And in here, you can see they have a HubZone directory. They have a woman-owned and SDVO. They're trying to hit those tags, if you will, those small business program businesses that they're not meeting as much as they want in compliance or, you know, the goals they would like to achieve. But anyways, they have their own directories in here. So you should be reaching out to these people and getting on this list. And I don't have to explain to you again, like I did Navy and or NASA and SEC, but take a look at this. In the GovCon chamber, we're going to continue to find more of these agencies out here that have their own registration tool. Large, as I mentioned, they have their own. You can find that in there as well. It's pretty much the same process. You click on it. There's a supplier portal. You create a username and password and fill in your information. You're off to the races. It doesn't mean you're going to win a single piece of business. What it means is now you're in a list that might be the first list they look at when they're doing market research and trying to find buyers or sellers like you. So you want to be visible where your buyers are looking and your teammates are looking. So I hope you go ahead and go register. And when you do, shoot me a note. Let me know you did it and that you're registered in there. And if you happen to find others, let me know about those too. We'll get them on the site for everybody else. If you found this content valuable, others will too. Please give it a thumbs up so they can find it. If you'd like to connect with me personally, do so on LinkedIn. We often do free training webinars and interview federal buyers. Sign up for the GovCon Chamber's email list to be notified about these opportunities right here on this website, www.govconchamber.com. Finally, please consider becoming a sustaining member of the GovCon Chamber of Commerce. Help us bring you great content like this for $1 a day. I'm Neil McDonnell, wishing you great success.